О, да, ребят, всем привет. Это на самом деле
I want to say hi everyone, and for me it's my second presentation on stage.
чтобы рассказать
I've come
вам
here
такую
to share with you
что кибербез
something that may sound trivial, that cybersecurity is not only about hackers, but let us see and let us try to talk about some complex things and try to simplify them.
Как уже
First of
сказали,
all,
меня зовут Николай Владимир.
my name is Vladimir Nikolaev. Maybe some of you know me more like Moby. I'm an employee of Positive Technologies. I've been with the company for 3 years as a cyber systems operational engineer. And I'm also teaching in a university to see, holding different classes and stuff. I'm sharing with kids about the CTF and cybersec and pen testing, you name it. So many things. And also, along with that, with our guys, we organize the main contest among the students and school-age children, MCTF. I think, based on what I've already shared, it's kind of clear that that my journey in this cyber world was with the idea that, someday I will become like a great hacker. But, Alice, we do not always, see the implementation of our dreams, but anyway, this idea that came to my mind, it was not through my own experience, but I began to build this path for my life based on a tendency that I began to notice with my students. And once, after my first lecture, when I was sharing who the hackers are and what it's all about and why we need it and how to fend it off, I've had such a dialogue with one of my students. And, okay, fine. Junior professionals often confuse cybersecurity and hacking. They think, okay, these are synonyms. Yeah, we can take some, like, holy water, so to speak, and sprinkle them at these, like, little demons that are in their brains and being able to cure them. But this trend seems to be picking up speed, and lately I can hear a lot of conversations from other professionals. And this is pretty scary, if you ask me, because we can see many problems with that. Well, how do you experienced professionals, how come they're saying that that hacking and cybersecurity is basically synonyms? Well, if you go into all these code aspects, how to write code safely so that your app would never be hacked and broken into, and find out how you can patch vulnerabilities with the code, and how with this code you can take and you can basically exploit this very vulnerability. Please never take these kind of statements for granted, because knowledge in reading code, being able to read code, does not give you a right to say that, okay, hacking and cybersecurity is about the same. Why? Why is it bad? It is bad because when people come to cybersecurity with this type of thinking, they come to break things, not to build things. And we get some professionals who do not care about all the foundational things. Like for those who work in the cybersecurity field. And so we end up with someone who knows how to break things, how to break into, but they do not know anything about the OS, architecture, computer science, and containerization. It's a huge problem that now we have to start fighting and do something, because our market is currently becoming empty because of that. Well, now, today, what we are seeing is that people, mixing up hacking and cybersecurity, but they give this kind of argument. Wait, to be able to protect something, aren't we supposed to know how, attackers may do their attack? Yes, absolutely, we have to know it. Like in both, in reverse way. And here we're facing a huge dilemma, because we are contradicting ourselves. And let's try to deal with this dilemma. Number one, what is cybersecurity? In essence, it's like an eternal process of building safety systems and its evaluation. While hacking is basically some kind of intentional and purposeful attempt to break into, to inflict damage with the goal of some personal gain. And now we have to understand one thing. We can say about hacking, both in the context of cybersecurity and beyond. And this is the picture. When we are speaking about hacking beyond, we get kind of evil black hacker who is intentionally goes and trying to kill our system, be it a company or someone else. But when we're speaking about hacking in terms of or in the context of cybersecurity, then we get such a picture that, it's some sort of methodology or set of methodologies helping us to evaluate safety of a particular system. That's a very simplistic definition. So, dilemma gonna be solved. When we speak about cybersecurity and hacking, beyond cybersecurity, we get this unequal situation, and when hacking is basically part of the cybersecurity, we get that, okay, it's part of the cyber stack. Those are not synonyms. It's a part of it. Okay, fine. Let's assume that we've dealt with the terminology, but we haven't decided on the second problem. Still, a huge number of young professionals, they come into the field with a desire to become hackers. How are we going to go about this problem? And now I'm going to explain, talk you away from being a hacker, and like what and why and when, and why you should not start your career with that. Like we were saying, we have some evil hackers and we have good hackers. And now we're speaking about good hackers in this context. Sometimes we call them also pen testers and red teams, more experienced guys, or ethical hacking. These are the people who, during the daytime and nighttime, they're looking for different vulnerabilities and trying to understand what's going on and how it all works, and trying to patch or trying to exploit those vulnerabilities. But they are exploiting them, within a certain framework given by the customer. Their goal is not to kill customers' network so that people would be saying, oh, we've been hacked. No, their goal is to collect the list of vulnerabilities, confirm that, they are there in a least painful way for the customer, and to give a customer a report with recommendations about how to do away with those vulnerabilities so that the bad guys later would not be able to go along the same path, but with some kind of bad intention and bad goals, and trying to inflict some damage to a company. Well, now, what do we mean? Just imagine what kind of pool or set of knowledge such a professional should have. I can see very often different kind of online courses and training materials which promise you, like, in a year we will make you an ethical hacker. And this reminds me some videos on the YouTube, like assembler in 3 minutes, it's all gonna be cool, you will know, and you're going to pass your exam. No. Be it pros in pen testing or ethical hacking. Basically, those are incredibly experienced and skillful guys. This is like the top, one of the highest points in InfoSec professional development. Why? Because those professionals, they have a huge experience, both in theory and practical experience. They have a lot of IT knowledge and information security. They know stuff about infrastructure and computer science. They deeply dive into certain areas which are of interest for them, like be it research or something else. And now please think, can you, in 1 year, get all of this? It seems to me that this is a very, very challenging task, sometimes maybe nearly impossible. And speaking about to substantiate my words, I want to give you like a famous roadmap on the internet since 2020. It has been published on different forums, quite famous. And I would say that this roadmap is kind of short. But having looked at this roadmap, you can get an idea what a huge amount of knowledge one has to have to become just a junior professional in this field. And frankly, I would compliment it, otherwise it would not fit my screen. At least I hope that you can see something. So please keep it in mind. Even if now you've been hired as a junior pen tester, please do not call yourself a pen tester. Why? I want to explain, because by doing that, you're devaluating this field of study. Pen testers have been and always will be like super professional people who are focused on spending their personal resource, like time. They're investing this in studying theory and practice, and that's why, guys, please do not devalue this occupation. But here we have a question. Okay, heck with it. I don't want to be a pen tester, at least in the beginning. What should I do? Because I have to understand how hackers work and act. What do they use if I want to be in cybersecurity? And of course, you should know it, but you must not become like hacker to be that and to do that. When this insight comes to you, I guess it's like you get the second wind. You begin to see how cross-functional this field is. I mean, there are so many different areas in information security. It's a kind of general statement. Let's narrow it down to cybersecurity. And so here I am, and I suggest you to see it like in a game form. Let's say that we get some pool of competence like behind my back on the screen. It has several parts, several blocks, like something off the top of my head of what a perfect student may have or perfect candidate may have. And now, let's keep looking. Here we go. Here we have, like in a fairy tale. A father had 4 sons. The first one was Glebiao, a very smart guy, amazing, perfect candidate. The middle son, Ivan, he was like neither fish nor fowl, but he's trying to become like a system administrator. The younger son, Sergey, he's like a coder guy. He loves code.
Ну и, собственно, приемный сын Егор — это такой, знаете, на пищи лежит, валяется, читает различные там ресерчи, любит в этой печке копаться, что-то там переделывать, экспериментировать, короче. Ну, такой, в общем, паразит маленький. Вот. И смотрите, мы выстраиваем примерно вот какую-то такую табличку, да, где там раскидываем различные плюсики, минусики, плюс-минусики, так что вот это чуть-чуть понимаю, вот это чуть-чуть знаю. Глеба мы рассматривать не будем. Почему? Потому что этот паразит — это как вакуум. Это некая идеальная такая среда, да, которая нас не очень интересует, потому что его хотят все. Его возьмут куда угодно, потому что на самом деле базовые компетенции у него присутствуют. Давайте поговорим лучше про других 3 ребят, да?
Первый — Иван. Иван — это, как мы уже сказали, не так, не сяк. Человек, который интересуется там какими-то операционными системами, знает, как они работают, понимает, в чем их там глобальное отличие, да? Немножко знает в то, что такое базы данных, например, веб-сервера там и так далее, и немножко умеет программировать, именно вот с точки зрения автоматизировать какие-нибудь рутинные процессы. Казалось бы, при чем тут кибербез? Да вот при чем. Посмотрите на то количество вакансий, которые для этого Ивана как раз-таки и подходят. Он и может быть и администратором систем защиты информации, его можно и в СОК отправить, его можно в эксплуатацию, во внедрение, да куда угодно. Здесь главная идея, поймите в чем, здесь для всех найдется место, абсолютно для всех, даже вот, например, для Сереги. Да? Серега у нас что? Серега кодер. Вот, казалось бы, зачем нам нужны кодеры? Кодеры нам очень безумно нужны, потому что сейчас тема безопасной разработки очень активно двигается. Во многие компании сейчас разрабатывают свое ПО, да не только ПО, какие-нибудь модули, еще что-то допиливают, доделывают. И здесь такие специалисты очень нужны. Но, пожалуйста, обратите внимание, то, что компьютер-сайенс Это не только про языки программирования, да? Мы не говорим то, что если вы изучили какой-нибудь Python, все, вы очень крутой программист. Нет.
Okay, you're a cool programmer. No, computer science is always wider. It's about databases and different algorithms. It's about knowing the architecture. So please don't think that programming is so easy. No. You gotta pay some serious attention to that. And also, this Sergey-san, he can try to be in ML, machine learning. He can requalify into DevOps, but he may take some little bit more time. And so it goes. Well, next, the final candidate is Igor in this classification. This is the guy who is detail-oriented. He's the kind of person that he can see some kind of system, he's digging into that and finding something, trying to change here and there, trying to punch the buttons. Those kind of guys, they usually prefer different type of research. Study and research maybe computer forensics, maybe studying security of operational systems. Even pen testers are being born. You can go into software development and do all kind of contests. You can choose reverse engineering. I mean, there are limitless options. And here in the cybersecurity, there is room for everyone. Absolutely different pools of knowledge. And my recommendation, if you're making your first steps in this profession, let's say that you have some kind of competence base, okay? Then build this kind of a table and just go to Headhunter and see job openings, and you'll see what you have, what you do not have, and what you need to improve to be able to get a job of your dreams. Go to job interviews, don't be afraid. But if you're lazy, then Dima, which is my colleague, he has done everything for you. His name is Fyodorov. He has created two big roadmaps. The left one will be career tracks. It's a shorter version. You may read about it on his Haber.com.ru articles. On the right, you can see like a huge work, very detailed, and there is a huge branch of developing professional in information security. What kind of job placements and courses you can get, where you can read and listen stuff, where you could go and to see if there are job openings. I mean, it's a huge work for juniors who are only making their first steps. I strongly recommend to check it. And next, speaking about defense side, again, sorry, defending my words, cybersecurity is like it's a huge spectrum, and inside we have basically seven teams. We call them color teams. Each of the teams is doing their own thing, and let's say yellow, orange, red, purple, and blue. They have each their unique assignments, but it's like a very general kind of color coordination. If we look inside of each of those teams, then we'll be able to split them up in some kind of sub-teams. Like we have developers, and developers could be different, sometimes ML folks, those who prefer security, just coders, and those guys who write in different special modules for special apps. I mean, you can break it down to infinity. And I guess this is the main thing right now when we speak about cybersecurity. Well, anyway, those are different cool materials. A quick reload. If you'll find it interesting, on the left and the right, there is a channel of Dima. He's writing a lot for young professionals when it comes to those who are just making first steps in information security. A lot of different materials. Check it out. If you like what I'm saying, this is also in my channel. Maybe I'm writing some stuff and doing some experiments, and people criticize me. And the chat from the CTF school, and this is where we do also lectures for those who are just beginning, and you can always ask some kind of cable and talk to us, and we'll try to give you answers and, sort of send you the right path. But again, we are not going to break into big pentagons or things like that. There is also another roadmap in English, and I recommend you also to check this roadmap because there are lots of cool basic competences which are described, and I think there is also even a link where you can read about different topics. And here is also an interview for young professionals. It will be just amazing and cool. I think this is exactly what you want to hear and get some motivation. Now, let us sum up what I've said before. The world of cybersecurity is very wide, is very big. And in cybersecurity, there is room for everyone. And like many others, I came to the world of cybersecurity with the goal to become like a hacker. Some are attracted by that, while others are being repelled by that because like I have some students that are saying, no, I'm going to be a hacker. I don't care what you're saying. I want to be a hacker. And there were and are other guys who were a bit scared by that. And I'm so happy that they decided to stay. They found themselves in kind of moving away from this kind of hacking romantics. They decided to do some engineering, DevOps, and optimization. So all of us were able to find ourselves. We should not be afraid. If you're repelled by, people are breaking things and you read some articles about those hackers getting and intruding and watching some movies. No. This is not about InfoSec or cybersecurity. We need everyone. We need programmers, we need engineers, we need tech assistants, DevOps, developers, automation, breakers, pen testers, those who are building. We need absolutely everyone. And you know what? I have some kind of hacking skills. I know how to do things. I can get into. I can break things, but it has not made me a professional in the field of cybersecurity. What made me a professional in the cybersec? Those are my colleagues who didn't let me sleep at nights and would send me a lot of stuff, a lot of tasks, and I had to sort it out and dig in that. And this kind of the whole bunch of tasks and assignments, this is what made me a pro. All kind of tasks and problems. I love you guys. I love you so much, especially those from my department. I want to say thank you so much because I made it, and hopefully I was able to become a professional in information or cybersecurity. And see, yet another thing. There is also a factor which may scare people away. Many people believe, okay, we came to cybersecurity to be a programmer, and now we're going to just sit down and write code. No. Cybersecurity is such a field where you can apply, I would say, a wide range of different roles. Like I'm operations engineer, but at the same time I'm DevOps and how can I call it? I have a project which is basically like a demo lab where supposedly different users are working, and I'm deploying different information protection systems. Guys are testing. I'm helping. I'm doing both in this and that, and it looks like I have like a huge range of knowledge and skills which I'm getting thanks to working right here. As you can see, I'm not into hacking, and also in PT company, I have a lot of my colleagues who are also how can I? They do what they like, and this is not related to hacking. Well, that's it. What else can I say? I want to wish all the young professionals and those who are making their first moves in InfoSec, in cybersec, wishing you good luck. And this field is time intensive, brain intensive, if I can say that. And if you will make your effort, you'll make it to become a hacker, to become whoever you want to be. So your main goal is to begin, and things will be all right and okay. What else, guys? Wishing you good luck. Love it, do it, work in cybersecurity, information security, and you'll be successful. I think this will be it. Thank you.
Владимир, спасибо большое. У меня еще вопросик.
Вопросы?
Vladimir, thank you so much. We have a short Q&A.
Ну так, вне профессионального диалога называют белым.
It's okay if somebody calls you like a white hacker. I'm not a white hacker, you know. But again, you're not going to fight. You're not going to fight back. Thank you so much, and we'll be very careful in terminology. We're going to get away from those romantic stereotype that information security equals to hackers and hacking. Thank you so much.